Welcome to Training Tuesday for July 11th, 2023. This is Seashell. I'm asking her to target out of her hide and up towards the top of her top opening enclosure. And when she has done that, which she did pretty quickly, I went ahead and gave her reinforcement. She's 11 months old and she was produced by Jay-Z's Reptiles. I'm Lori with Behavior Education, and next up we have Nebula. His session is not going to be so fast. Nebula is a Boa Sigma Boa Imperator cross. He came from Vin Russo. He does everything very, very slowly. I have sped some of his session up 2 times normal speed, and I've indicated the segments during which I've sped up the session. I wish I could have sped up the session in real life, but the fact is he thinks a lot, he takes his time, he does the behaviors, but he's slow about it. I think that's a Boa thing. I'm just pleased that he does the behaviors. The reason I'm especially pleased that he's doing this shifting behavior this evening is because he is in the Mega Snake City exercise tent, and it's got lots and lots of cubby holes, hiding places, lots and lots of things to climb on, and he's entwined and wrapped around some of these climbing poles. And he's been in here, I don't know, 48 hours, maybe 72 hours. He's been in there a while and he just doesn't really want to come out. Notice that I went ahead and reinforced that approximation where he was partway out. And that's just because he was anchored in there and I didn't see the back half of his body moving. And I thought he's just not coming all the way out during this first repetition. And I'm going to go ahead and reinforce there. And I just gave him a small mouse. Now I am going to try to get him to shift completely out. I want him out. I don't want to have to take the mesh off the climbing apparatus. I don't want to have to untwine him from around the poles. I don't want to have to physically force him to come out of there. I want him to voluntarily come out on his own. So this is his second repetition during the same session. I do have some very small mice available nearby, but I have thought a medium rat for him, which would be his normal size meal, because I'm hoping that he will completely shift out during this second repetition. And I'm pretty sure that he will because I'm watching his body language and he doesn't have his tail anchored tightly around anything. Ever so slowly, his whole body is moving forward, although you might not be able to tell. And I can see that he's thinking. He's not becoming frustrated. He's not trying to give up and go back inside the tent. He's looking around for the best route to move himself out of the tent and closer to the target and onto the station. And so my strategy here is to just wait him out, is to show him the target on the other side of the station, the far side of the station from where he is at, and wait for him to figure out a way to get over there. My strategy during repetition 1 was to just encourage him, to reinforce him for doing a partial behavior and to keep his behavioral motivation going. Now he knows what's up. He understands what we're doing. Now I'm challenging him to find his own route over to the target, and he's free to do that however he wishes. My goal is just for him to get out of the tent so that I don't have to force him. And so I want his whole body out of the tent. I don't necessarily need his whole body on the station or for him to be positioned in a specific way on the station. I just want his whole body out of the tent, because if the snakes don't come out of this Mega Snake City exercise pen and I have to get them out for some reason by force, I have to unzip all that mesh, and then I have to climb up on a step stool or a ladder, and then I have to physically touch the snake and unwind their body from around whatever they're anchored onto. And that's not safe for me, and it's not pleasant for the snake. I don't like to use force. So this way, I waited him out. He targeted completely out of the exercise pen this time. There was his tail coming out, and this made me so happy. I went ahead and marked the end of the behavior. And then I reinforce him with his medium rat. And I just leave him on the station for a few minutes while I go train another snake. So I'm going to leave him there to start eating. I'm going to move over to train my Brisbane coastal carpet python, Zeb. And he wasted no time moving directly towards the door and the target. And I wanted to challenge him just a little bit more. So I asked him to turn to his left, to my right, and engage with the target, and he does. I reinforce him, and easy peasy, his session is over. So now we're back to Nebula. He's starting to swallow his rat, so I move the station over adjacent to his actual enclosure, and then I just leave him there until he finishes eating and he voluntarily puts himself away, which takes him a really, really long time, several minutes, like 15 or 20. But there's no stress on me this way. There's no stress on him. He has the freedom of choice to do as he pleases. I'm not interfering. I'm encouraging these behaviors, and I am setting up the environment in order to hopefully get the behaviors I want from him. But I'm not actually physically forcing him to do anything. These things were his choice. So he had a pleasant session and he got to eat. And this was easy for me.